Today we're checking out some more Star Trek The Next Generation Season 6.
Captain's log, stardate 460. We've been called to the aid of a transport ship which has been attacked near Rekog's.
Attacked? Oh boy.
Sensors have located the transport ship. 2 Rekog battle cruisers are flanking it.
Red alert! Shields up!
Red alert!
The Rekog ships are turning and heading out of sensor range. They don't want to take on the Enterprise. We are now...
No one does.
Open a channel, Mr. Wolf.
Aye, sir.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise.
I love when he says that.
Glad you're here. We took some shield damage from the Rekog ships.
Who the heck are the Raycogs?
No injuries, but I'd like permission to transport 2 of our passengers to your ship.
This music...
He's traveled from
What is this?
Rekog.
Captain, I'm losing you. Counselor, after you've seen to their needs, will you escort them to my ready room?
Yes, Captain.
There's something else going on here. The music is telling me this. I don't know. I don't know about this. They just sent Troy. I feel like they should have sent Worf as well.
You think he's attracted to you, but he isn't. You offer him nothing.
She hasn't been feeling well.
Is she reading her mind?
I won't have it.
Oh my.
I'll stop you.
She probably says that to every single woman. Maybe this is a Troy love story. God, that theme song every time.
I'm grateful for the Federation's offer to escort me.
I think we might have a Troy love story here.
The armed flagship of Starfleet. My mission as negotiator of peace will be compromised. There must be a Federation transport ship somewhere in the area.
Got the Admiral on the horn.
Once you get to Rekog Saronia, you can conduct your negotiations as you see fit. Until then, you'll be in good hands with Captain Picard.
That is not what he wanted. This music.
Picard to Commander Riker. Set a course for Saronia.
Aye, sir.
So he's afraid to go to this place on an armed ship because he'll look too intimidating or something. Look at Worf! Doing Tai Chi. Cool.
That will be all for today. There will be another class tomorrow at 0700 hours.
He's leading the class? Wow. I feel like Worf has a whole separate life I know nothing about.
You're very disciplined.
I believe in a strong connection between body and mind.
I feel like they're gonna hook up.
I think maybe my biggest asset is patience. I let everyone talk until they're exhausted. And when I start, they're too tired to argue.
It's one way to do it.
If I were empathic like you, I'd have a real advantage.
I thought Lumerians were empathic.
Yeah, what about his mom?
Have you ever been involved in diplomatic negotiations?
Several times with Captain Picard.
I think he wants to recruit her.
I hope to see you again.
You're late. You're late because of her.
What is her problem?
Ain't it with him yet?
What?
That's what you want, isn't it?
Please.
What is her
Come in.
deal?
I can always tell the ones with a certain look in their eye.
But maybe they're throwing me a curveball here. Maybe the mom is really trying to warn her, and the bad guy is the guy. Or maybe no, it's a bad guy. I don't know what to make of this situation, but the mom is coming on strong.
Hi, it's that time again. The dreaded crew evaluation reports.
He evaluates her.
She frightens me, Will. The feelings I sense from her are malevolent. They're evil.
Evil? She never says that.
Let's get through these evaluations, and when we're done, I'm going to reward myself with 2 ice cream sundaes.
I knew it. Chocolate.
Warp to Commander Riker.
Go ahead.
Can you report to Ambassador Alcar's quarters? There is an emergency.
We're on our way.
I suppose if like the mom is dying, they'd call Beverly.
Is
Oh,
that a
she's already
problem?
there. What is she, like frozen? I don't know if I trust this guy.
I'm sorry, Ambassador.
What, is she dead?
I never should have brought her along. She was 93. She'd lived a long life.
She died?
As an empath, you're the only person on board who could perform it with me.
I'll be glad to help.
I'm suspicious. I don't know what to make of this. The music is making me suspicious.
Strength comes from love,
And courage from wisdom.
and courage from wisdom.
Music, like is he putting a spell on her? What? What do you do?
Thank you.
What do you do to her? Come here, Trebek. Okay, he's doing something nefarious.
1000 hours. Counseling session.
Cancel them. Cancel everything till after lunch.
Acknowledged.
Is she acting strange?
I haven't been able to determine the cause of death. She was elderly, and Alcar said she had been ill, but I found no evidence of any disease.
I think he might have killed her.
I'd like to do an autopsy, and he informs me Lumerian custom
Hey, the
forbids it.
jacket.
You suspect that her death poses some kind of threat to the Enterprise.
Well,
Just say it. What? Is she gonna do the autopsy or not? I feel like he put some kind of spell on her with that rock. Cool shot. If the mirror ones start moving independently, I'm gonna freak out. Is she about to get naked here? I feel like she's gonna turn into an old woman now.
Come in, please.
He put a love spell on her.
I've thought you might like some company.
In your pants.
I'd like you to talk to me. I don't know anything about you, and I'd like to.
I think the old lady was really trying to warn her.
It can be.
Well, perhaps you overthink things.
Okay, this is not good.
I'm sorry if I led you to believe you are very beautiful.
He's not gonna hook up with her? I thought that was the whole point.
But our relationship can't be like that.
This music.
Deck 4.
Who's this guy? She's just gonna go for it with anyone now? Turned her into a sex maniac. Uh-oh.
Well,
Wow.
We were supposed to finish the crew evaluation reports.
of course, come in.
In their pants.
Sir! Thank you, sir. I was just leaving.
Oh
If there's
my
anything
God.
else I need, I know where to find you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness.
I believe we were with Lieutenant Freitas in molecular biology.
Why do I think you're upset?
I don't know.
She's being so weird.
You are bothered, I can tell.
She wants him to be bothered.
Deanna, I'm sorry I intruded. When you're ready to work, why don't you give me a call?
I will.
I mean, maybe he is a little bothered, but also I feel like he thinks maybe she's acting a little weird.
It might be acceptable as a compromise.
Contact their leaders. If they will meet me in Darthan, I will join them there tomorrow.
I'm trying to figure out what this guy's deal is.
He goes out of his way to criticize me.
Do you know of any reason why he might do that?
No.
Maybe he's just tired of hearing you complain. No, I'm certainly tired of it. How do you think it feels to sit and listen to someone whine about themselves all the time?
Imagine your therapist said that. Oh my God.
If you can't take it here, then you might think about a transport ship. There's a lot less pressure there.
Wow.
If you aren't up to it, then you don't deserve to be here.
I hope she apologizes to this girl later. Okay, I had an idea. What if the old lady is inside Troy now? Is that a thing? Something's going on. It's not, Troy's not acting like herself. That would be, he wouldn't be able to sleep with her if it was his mom, but I guess she wouldn't go and try and hit on him. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Well, I can run a diagnostic on the biofilter system and your tricorder.
Of course, the best way to get the information I need would be to do an autopsy.
She should just sneak an autopsy in there. Wow.
Counselor Troy has altered her appearance.
Remarkably. And she's got a little wisp of gray.
You want him, I can tell.
Right.
But you have nothing to give him. You're envious of him. You pretend to support him, but secretly you want him to fail.
Okay, this is crazy. That is quite a dress.
I don't know what you thought you were doing in there, but you were way out of line.
She's not acting like herself, man. Figure it out.
All right, Deanna. Just what the hell is all this?
Imzadi, do you still care about me?
She called him Imzadi, so it's still her a little bit. She's kind of acting like Loxana a little bit.
Deanna.
I need you.
Ah!
Whoa!
What is this?
Please!
Wow. Crazy.
I'm leaving for the surface.
You said you'd take me with you.
Is it the old lady?
I will go with you! Don't leave me!
So I don't think that old lady was his mother now. It was this girl who obviously is obsessed with him.
Will you take me with you? I won't let her have you.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even see the knife. What the frig?
Let go!
It's something superficial.
She did get him.
Dr. Crusher, I think you should see these readings, Doctor. Her neurotransmitter levels are 300% above normal.
Isn't that what happened to the other lady?
I found extremely high levels of neurotransmitter residue in Olkar's mother.
Right.
Could Deanna have picked up some disease from him?
Or she's inside her.
Ambassador Alcar is at the negotiation table and cannot be disturbed.
Proceed with the autopsy.
Is he gonna beam down there?
When I examined Maylor's body, I found her heart, her lungs, most of the systems in her body were those of a 30-year-old.
Yes.
I compared Maylor and Olkar's DNA. I don't know who that woman was, but
Not
she
his
was
mother.
definitely not his mother.
Right. It's just some lady who's obsessed with that guy?
There are questions that only Olkar can answer.
Beam down there and get him.
Picard, Lieutenant Worf.
Worf here, Captain.
Meet me in transporter room 2. We're going down to the surface.
Yep.
Aye, sir.
Negotiations be damned.
Counselor Deanna Troy is in sickbay dying. Dr. Crusher doesn't know the cause of her condition, but I believe you do.
Called him on it.
They've been arguing for hours in there. It seems hopeless. But now, when expectations are lowest, now is the moment I can be most effective.
He is so calm.
Olkar.
Hear me out, Captain. It's important you understand.
I feel like I know what happened, but I'm not gonna say.
You see, I discovered long ago I had the ability to channel my darker thoughts
into someone else.
So then you deliberately used Deanna.
I was reasonably certain I could establish a link with her. Frankly, I was amazed when I saw how quickly she'd aged. Usually my receptacles survive for years.
Receptacles. That's like trash. Gross.
Then her cogs and Ceronians would be condemned to go on fighting.
You cannot explain away a wantonly immoral act.
Receptacle.
I have no power base, no agenda. I'm willing to risk my life simply to help others.
Do you think that makes you appear courageous?
A real man can negotiate no matter what.
Because you're unwilling to shoulder the burdens of unpleasant emotions.
Picard would get it done.
Everything is falling apart. You have to come now.
If you'll excuse me, Captain.
Mr. Worf?
Worf?
I'm needed.
You and your security chief will leave.
I thought they might hold them prisoner, so I guess it's better that they let them leave. I can't believe he called her a receptacle.
Work with Mr. LaForge to find a way to break through. I want that man on this ship.
No, sir.
I'll be in sick bay.
So they have to figure out some way.
Isn't there something you can do to counteract it?
Enzymic decontaminants would be able to reduce the level of neurotransmitters. But I can't make any headway unless Olkar stops what he's doing.
Yeah, they have to block it.
He feels perfectly justified in using her until she dies.
Then Deanna has to die.
If Deanna dies and he breaks the link with her, then he will choose someone else, possibly someone from his own delegation.
Wait a minute, you're talking about
Killing her and then bringing her back?
How will you?
I'll give her a hypospray of Dilamadon. It's the gentlest way.
Proceed,
They're
Doctor.
gonna kill her. Imagine she never looked the same again. She just always looks like this. Woo. Well, I wonder who his next receptacle will be.
What is it? I'm fine. It's just a little lightheaded.
Is that it? They killed her?
We are prepared to transport you from the surface, whether you come willingly or not.
There are security force fields protecting us, Captain.
Won't protect you any longer.
Did Geordi figure out a way around it?
Computer, make a note. Death occurred at 14:30 hours from respiratory and renal failure.
You wait for me in my quarters.
Of course.
Is she next?
I intend to make certain that you answer for what you have done.
Your own Federation Council has promised me a safe and timely passage back to my planet.
They didn't know you would kill one of them.
I couldn't have accomplished what I did.
I'm so sorry.
She's next.
Is there anything I can do?
The stone ceremony.
There is something. If we could share the funeral meditation.
It's like a tiny little coffin.
We have a minute and a half left. Prepare a hypospray of Cordrazine. We'll use that in conjunction with the cortical stimulators.
This better work, Bev.
Release the stasis field. 10 cc's Cordrazine.
Imagine they couldn't bring her back. Oof.
An end to pain.
An end to pain.
Again.
They can't do it until they finish that stone thing.
We won't know if it's working till the levels are below 300%.
Touch the stones.
Olkar. Oh, let me go!
Oh. Now will he die? The music. Is he gonna die? Just like the old lady?
Warp to Captain Picard. Ambassador Alkar is dead.
Wow. Phew.
Well.
Can't those two crazy kids just be together?
Beverly thinks Alkar must have been at a susceptible point in the meditation ceremony when he was vulnerable.
Yeah, that was lucky.
And Leva?
She seems to be fine. He wasn't able to establish a link on her.
Looking back on the past few days,
Does she have memory of it?
it's as though I'm looking at a holodeck projection of someone else.
That's how it seemed to all of us.
Thanks for sticking by me.
I always will.
They will. They're best of friends. They're best friends who sometimes kiss and hook up a little bit. Okay, that was season 6, episode 3, and that was a really weird episode. It was so weird to see Troi acting so out of character. It was just so weird. I mean, I don't like seeing her like that, especially the scene of her in counseling therapy, whatever, with that lady who was complaining about her job, and then she was basically just like, stop complaining or I'll transfer you. That's just so not Troi. I feel like later, when Troi comes back into herself, she's gonna be horrified at the things that she's done. She slept with that guy in the elevator. I mean, just I feel like later she's gonna be feeling disgusted by the stuff that she's done. And she's so sweet and feels things so deeply. She probably sought those two out and gave them the most heartfelt apologies. I should not have done that. I'm so sorry. I wasn't in my right mind. fine, but like, I just feel really bad for her. Like, once again, we had sort of a situation where a crew member's body is taken over and they're not acting like themselves. We've seen that a lot on this show, but this is one of the more creepy ones for me. I just felt like she was so acting against her own character in a way that she's going to feel so bad about later, I think. It was just so weird to see her acting like that. I do think it gave us like the teeniest glimpse though into sort of like she was like overly sexualized in the way that like her own mother kind of is sometimes. So that was kind of interesting to see, like a more Lwaxana type version of Deanna. But it wasn't herself. That's not. I feel like later she's going to really regret all of that. Yeah, crazy. I really can't believe that dude called her and the other people he's been using receptacles. I just feel like that's such a dirty term. I just don't like that at all. That's like a dumpster. It's so not a good term. Ugh, that just shows like how little regard he has for the people that he's like using in this way. Oof, I really felt like grossed out by that term. And then, I mean, he dies and you kind of almost feel like maybe he deserved it. I mean, he's been using people like this and they're using them up until they're dead and then using someone else until they're dead. Like, he's not a great guy. He's not a great guy. But yeah, this one was just so weird. It was just really weird. Curious to know what you guys think of this one, but poor Deanna. Whew. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.